Hi, this is Francisco. Welcome to my channel. Today I will teach you how to make the camera effect like the one used by Nintendo on Link's Awakening for the Switch. Let's get started. The effect I'm talking about is called Tilt Shift Effect. It is also known as diorama or miniature effect. The Tilt Shift Effect is a technique used in photography to give off the impression of taking a shot of a miniature. Just for the sake of comparison, let's take a look at what the level looks like without these effects. This is what we have come to expect from normal 3D games, the normal human point of view. This technique is widely used in architectural photography to capture images of buildings without the perspective distortion. They call this perspective control correction. You can use it yourself in your video games to give off a more dramatic impression of volume in your levels. Just as Nintendo did it on Link's Awakening for the Switch, making use of this post-processing technique to imprint the feeling onto the players that we are looking onto a diorama or from very far away. This effect combines masterfully the original grid-like arrangement of the levels in the old Zelda games with the new state-of-the-art high-definition 3D Nintendo Switch's graphical capabilities. Let's do this from the beginning. Follow along so you can find out what is the content that I'm using on. Log into your Epic Games account. Start the version of your engine that you like the most. We will be using a new project on the top-down template. Let's name this as Tilt Shift Project. Make it the maximum quality and do not include starter content. There you have it. The top-down template will help us with the orthographic view. Now let's head back to the Epic Games launcher. Go to the Marketplace tab and search for the Infinity Blade packs. I have used the Infinity Blade Grasslands. If you don't have it already, just click on this specific page and here it will come up a button that it will permit to add you to your account. Press that button and then press the button Add to the project and select the project that you want to use. The project that I am using right now is Test Chip Project on Radial 4.20. I have already added, so I won't click it again, but you have to click on Add to Project. After that, it will take its time to add it to the project and then it will open it automatically. Now that this has finally been added, let's open up the project. And let's head on to the level that is included in the pack. It is in the Infinity Blade Grasslands folder Maps, Elven Ruins. This is the level from the Infinity Blade pack. Although it was developed for mobile games, I find it pretty awesome to look at. Press the play button and you will see that you will have total access to the character that is included in the top-down template. Alright, now let's get started with the tilt shift effect. First of all, go to the content folder, then to the top-down BP folder, proceed to the blueprints folder, and double click on the top-down character. This is the character that we will use during this project. First of all, we're gonna configure the camera and the camera distance to the player. Left click on the spring arm component, go to the target arm length and write 2048 multiplied by 4. That's just a little trick that I have shown you now. Compile and save. Then left click on the camera component that is attached to the spring arm that you have used. Go to the field of view and press 15. Compile and save again. Close the tab and click play to see the changes. It is already far away and with the appropriate arc to simulate the orthogonal look. However, it is not inclined enough for my liking. So go back to top-down character, go to viewport tab, select the spring arc component, press the E key on your keyboard to view the rotation. Select the little cube right on top to view the rotation around the global axis. Rotate around the Y for about 30 degrees. Compile and save again. Click the play button once again and take a look at that. It already has a cool retro look like Diablo or Baldur's Gate. Press stop and we will continue to define the proper post-processing effect. The current blurry effect is the result of the current post-processing volume. It looks like that because it was not intended to be used at such distance from the player. Let's go now to see the post-processing volume. Move around the level and get as far away to see the post-process volume. Left click to select the post-process volume. It should be the one encompassing all of the other volumes on level. I recommend to duplicate this volume to store the original default values. Head back inside to the level to see again the effect of the post-process volume. Another trick. Go to the left topmost corner, select this little arrow and press the field of view. Once again, type 15 to have the same angle like what the player's gonna be seeing. This is to see real time the effect of the post-process volume on the depth of field. Select the post-process volume, go to the Details tab, and search for the Depth of Field tab. Select the Gaussian depth of field and open up all the configurable parameters. The next important part for the tilt shift effect is the blurriness on the top and bottom parts of the viewport. This is the effect that makes it seem like we are looking at something really far away or something really small. Move these parameters until you find the effect that we are searching for. We are searching for a blurriness in the topmost position of the viewport and another in the bottom part of the viewport. That means that the depth of field should take place everywhere but the middle. Keep moving the parameters until you find something that is appropriate for what we are looking for. This focal distance is what appears to make the middle of the proportions. Move the focal region, the near region and the far region until we find something that encompasses the outermost and the closest part. That's somewhat in the middle. As you can see, this looks more like the blurriness from light than from depth of field. We can improve the effect by using a custom post-process material. Now, let's continue with the creation of a post-process material. Go to the top-down BP folder, create a new folder and call this Postprocess material mat. Inside this folder, right click on this folder. Right click inside this folder and create a new material. Name this as m_tilt shift post. Enter. Double click on the material to open the editor and left click on this square. Search in the Details tab for the Material Domain tab and change it to Post-Process. Now it will work with the post-process volume. As you can see, the post-process material only has one node available, the emissive color. Let's start with the procedure to utilize the top and bottom position of the viewport. Right click on the screen and call forth the Screen Aligned UV. Drag from the top node the 100% and select Linear Gradient. Copy and paste. Well, drag and select another linear gradient. We will be using the B2 version. One's gonna represent the topmost position and the other gonna represent the down position of the viewport. Drag from the B gradient parameter and in the topmost and select one minus parameter. Drag from this parameter and select an add node. copy and paste the add node and connect the B gradient to the A parameter in the add node from the bottom position. Next, drag from the B parameter on any of each one of them and select a scalar parameter. Call this parameter gradient and connect to both of the B nodes. Continue by extending the add node and selecting a power node in both of the sides. Now extend the exp parameter and create a new scalar parameter. Call this parameter as down pow. Connect to both exp parameters. Continue by dragging from the power node and selecting 1 minus. Copy and paste the node because it is needed in both sides. Extend from the topmost position and select an add node. Connect the bottom to create a single addition. Just for testing purposes, connect it to the emissive color. To view the effect on real time, select the material, right click and create a material instance. Now, in the World Outliner, select the Post-Process volume. Go to the Details tab and search for Post-Process materials. Open up the arrow list and click on the plus button to add a new element. Click on the Choose button and select Asset Reference. Drag and drop the newly created instance on the bottom position. Now we can see in real time the effect of the post-process material. What we just created is a way to define where is gonna be taking place the blur effect in the top and bottom positions. Open again the material node. Now let's continue to the actual blur parameters. Start by adding a custom node. Head on to the Details tab, open up the Inputs array, and create 4 more inputs. Name the first one as Blur Dist. Name the second one as Screen UV. Name the third one as Blur Size. Name the fourth one as Blur Factor. And name the fifth one as Blur Pow. Take a careful look at the parameter definition. these parameters should be named exactly as I'm going to show you the code. The code for this custom node, the code for the blur function, was taken on from another YouTuber. I'm gonna point the link in the description. Next, now that we have the custom node in order, we will continue by calling a screen position node. Drag from the viewport UV parameter and call forth a scene texture. Go to the button on the Details tab and select Postprocess Input 0. Drag a mask from the color node, select the component mask, and select the RGB checkpoints. Next, from the custom node, extend the blur dist node and select a scalar parameter. Name this parameter as blur dist. Proceed on with the return to the screen position node and select once again the viewport UV and connect it to the screen UV node in the custom. Continue on with the blur size and call forth a make float 2 parameter. That's because the blur size is a float of size 2 arrays, represented as a float 2. Extend the X node and call a scalar parameter. Name this parameter as blur size X. Likewise, extend the Y parameter and select another scalar parameter. Name this parameter as blur size Y. Proceed and grab from the blur factor parameter in the custom node and create another scalar parameter. Name this parameter as blur factor. Continue on and grab from blur pow and create another scalar parameter. Name this scalar parameter as blur pow. Let's move this up. We must continue by extending from the mask RGB, call a linear interpolation. Connect the custom node result to the B node in the lerp. Now, proceed to extend from the add and select a 1- node. Connect the result from this 1- node to the alpha in the lerp and connect the result from the lerp to the emissive color. We now have a post-process material that draws a blur effect on the top and bottom position of our viewport. Let's move this information to see what's this made up of. Yes, I see a little mistake. This should be called blur pow. Do not worry. There appears to be not taking effect. The problem should be in the post-process volume. So let's configure this first. To view the complete effect of the newly created post-process material, we have to make sure that the array is set as 1 for full effect. And to avoid viewing the effect of the depth of field, just set as 0 the scale. Now we are looking only at the effect of the material. Let's see what's this all about. The blur distance manages the complete scale of the whole blur operation. The blur factor handles the factor at which the complete parameters hold on. The blur pow handles the effect of the blur in the selected areas. The blur size handles how much it is blurred in the horizontal plane of the view. The down pow and gradient parameters are the parameters that handle the effect on the topmost and bottom positions on the viewport. Alright, let's turn off completely this post-process volume to see the complete effect of this parameter. The first thing you want to move is the effect on the viewport edges. Move all these parameters until you find something that you are satisfied with. As I said before, what we are looking for is the blur effect only on the topmost and bottom edges of the screen. This gives off the appearance of viewing the character at a great distance. Now that we have the post-process material volume in check, let's proceed to actually manipulate the post-process volume. Select the post-process volume from the world outliner, turn it on again, turn the scale to 1, and again set on to define the proper values to view the depth of field that you want for your specific project. As I said before, what we're looking for is a blur effect only on the edges of the screen. The depth of field increases the volume effect by enhancing the properties on actual 3D volumes. Compare the parameters to all the distance that your project might use. Enhance the volume of your levels with the tilt shift effect. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you have found this information useful. And please feel free to share the videos of the project that you have used this technique. That's all. See you around.